Hello, thanks so much for stopping by. My name is Melisa with 1S, but you can call me Mel. And today I figured that you and I can do a fun but relaxing plant chore day or evening, whatever time you're watching this. And we're gonna be doing some cleaning, we're gonna do some repotting and everything in between. So give it a thumbs up if you do like these kinds of videos. I like watching them because it gives me a bit of motivation. It also reminds me of the things I need to do, so I'm able to check off my list. So, you know, if you have this playing in the background while you maybe grab a plant and join me in doing some plant chores, I would love that, and let's get into it. How's that? All right, so I do have a few things on my list of things to do that I would like to do today. And one tool that I like to use to have a list is the Google Notes. So on my handy dandy cell phone, I have the app Google Notes, and you can use the app by using the tick list. So I will show you on the screen. I'll take a screenshot of what I have for my list. I have pot up my Hoya queen together because I have two small ones. I have up pot my bird of paradise, wipe down my shelves, wipe down alocasia leaves, and repot a fern that has a broken pot, and then also clean out my handheld vacuum that I use for my plant room. So a few things, so stick around because I will be getting a lot of this done today. So first I have to repot my Hoya Crimson Queen. I got these little cute ones. Small ones at the garden center, they had different sizes, but I just went with these small little guys, and they have quite a bit of cuttings inside. So I'm going to take them out, and then I'm going to repot them together. And I already pre-mixed my soil. So I just have potting soil, cacti soil, perlite, and orchid bark for these guys. So I'm just gonna take it out, and you can see it has some nice roots. I'm not gonna even disturb the roots. I'm just going to put it to the side, maybe put a bit more soil so that it's lifted a bit, like that. And then, I'm not a big fan of Hoya, but I have the princess and now I have the queen. So it's definitely something I wanted as part of my collection, just so that they can grow together. So I'm just gonna pot it up just like that. And then I'm going to just put soil around it. I think there's like 6 cuttings in total. So it'll be a nice full plant once it's grown or starts at least trailing down. And I'm gonna do some on this side. Like that. I have some sphagnum moss in there too because I used a mix that has like a bunch of stuff together. So I'll just take that big piece out for this guy because it doesn't really need it. And I like using this wood bench as my potting station, I guess, because it just provides me a little bit of a space to pot things together, and then also, I don't know, kind of makes it more fun because I have a little setup to do it. Sometimes I do it on the floor, which is what I'm going to do with my bird of paradise, just because I need to obviously add more soil to that plant. And I'm just going to pat it like that. And there you go, repotting my Hoya Crimson Queen. And I may put her in here for now and then water her. So I like to go back to my phone and I like to check off that I completed that one thing, and now I don't have to worry about it. So the next thing on my list is to repot my bird of paradise. So I'm gonna grab it and bring it here, but we're now gonna go to the floor. All right, so the second thing I have on my list to do is repot this bird of paradise. The reason I'm going to repot it is because it is pushing out another leaf, and I just want to make sure that it has enough space to continue to grow because I have not repotted it since I think also last year, so definitely something I need to do. So I just have a pot that's a bit bigger. I already have my pre-mixed soil, so I'm just going to basically pull it out. I'm going to try with one time. Oh, stick my hair. And I'm just going to pull it out. It's not too bad actually. let's just do it. We're here, we might as well help him out. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to put the plant in front. Oh, let me put this side here. And I'm going to just dump some soil at the bottom, just so that it could be lifted a bit. That's pretty good, I think. I'm just gonna push some of this other soil down from the sides. It tends to dry out pretty quickly, but like I said, it's definitely because it's growing really fast. So, you know, it is spring, so if there's some plants that you are seeing that are thriving and are growing fast, then I think it's a good idea to start repotting them, because this is just their time to shine, right? They're gonna grow and they're going to live their best life, and we can try to help them by uppotting. Now I just want to make sure that that's straight, I think. Okay. Yes, we all agree? Oh, I can grab it. Come on. Okay. Now I'm just going to top it up, so just add some to the top. Like that. And I don't know, sometimes I procrastinate repotting, but once I do it, I'm like, why did I wait so long? Because it just doesn't take that long, right? It just takes, I think it's more the prepping and the setup, right? That, I don't know, maybe it's like, oh, I don't feel like getting all set up, getting all messy and going through all that work. But once you get it done, you feel good about it. I think just like with anything else, right? Once you just get it going and get it done, it provides you a little bit of motivation to get it, maybe some other things done as well. So, all right, so that is that. That's my bird of paradise. He's grown quite a bit. I probably bought him when he just had these little leaves, and then he's had grown these 4 within the last year, which is great. So hopefully providing him a bit more space will help him to continue to grow. So there, so another thing off my list, I'm gonna grab my handy dandy to-do list and let's see what we have next. So we're gonna wipe down some shelves. So this is where I'm gonna show you that I'm gonna take off the plants and then wipe it down and make it look all nice. So let's do that. All right, so let's take these plants off of the shelf. All right, so now I am also going to move my string of hearts. She is absolutely going all the way to the bottom of my room and just taking over, which is fine, but she is definitely going to have to be chopped at some point, but not today. So let's put her back there. Now I'm just going to grab a dry cloth, just because this is wood, it's not sealed or finished, so I'm just going to grab something dry to wipe this down. All right, so now that I have the shelf cleaned off, mostly what comes off the shelf is like dirt or any dead pieces that have fallen off the plants, or definitely a lot of these string of hearts blooms that have just died and they're all over my floor. But anyways, now we're gonna put the plants back on the shelf. And I don't know about you, but I like to keep my plants in specific spots on a shelf. So this ficus ruby is definitely doing really well, and she's always pushing out new growth. So I'm gonna keep her where she was, which was just off to the side here, because the west light and the south light come through this door. And I'm gonna put the Synapsis pictus exotica right beside it. Another thing that I like to do is make sure that my plants are not touching each other. So the pots are not touching each other and the foliage is not touching each other. Just because I feel like that's a preventative. If there's something on a plant, it's not going to infest all my plants. And next I have my Synapsis argyris, which I will also put beside here. I'll probably put it right at the end here, just because it is trailing. And then I'll grab one of my hoyas, which I will probably put at the corner here. We'll see how she likes it. It's just that her leaves are getting big, which is nice to see. I'm going to put my aloe at the bottom, although I really need to take this guy outside, to be honest. So I'm gonna maybe think about that guy. Actually, I'm gonna leave him out. And I have this sculpture that I got from a garden center. I'm gonna put it right here, right in the middle. Looks nice. And then my ficus taneki, or taneki, and my hoya that I just bought. This is just a jar that I fill with a bit of water just to increase the humidity around this space. Then I have my ficus Audrey, which is also gonna stay off the shelf. I'll probably put it on the other wood shelf. I have some propagations, which is gonna be for another video. I'm gonna have to repot those into soil, so that will be coming up soon. I have some propagations of Philodendron cordatum, which I'll leave here on the corner because it has light. And then I have some Sansevieria propagations, which I'll put behind this sculpture since there's space. And this is a propagation of a Sansevieria as well, which is pushing out new growth, which is awesome. And then I'm gonna put this guy at the end as well. I have to also repot my water propagations. It's been a while. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna hold off on putting these guys back on, or I may have to make space for this aloe. I'm gonna bring this guy down, see how that goes. I'm gonna put this propagation thing on the edge because I'm gonna have to get rid of that anyway soon. And maybe if I put the aloe on the end here, yeah, that works. And then again, just make sure no one's touching each other, hands to yourself. And yeah, okay. I'm now gonna get my handheld vacuum and I'm going to clean the floor just because there is a lot of stuff on the floor right now. All right, so I just finished vacuuming the floor with my handy dandy Shark cordless handheld vacuum. I highly recommend getting one of these for your plant room or for the space that you repot in, just because it is helpful to just grab it, vacuum, and then all you do is just open it up from the top and it's more like a cup. I would open it up right now, but I feel like it's really full and it is on my list of things to do. So I'm just gonna go do that now, but definitely there's some that can be inexpensive, like 20 bucks or 30 bucks. And it's something that not only can you use for your plant room, but you can also use it for your house. So let's just double check my list of things to do. I can now check off wipe down that shelf, which was my priority. And next I'm going to clean out this vacuum. So I'll check it off after I do it, and then we will go and wipe down some alocasia leaves. All right, so next on my list of things to do is to clean the alocasia leaves. I just use this insecticidal soap with some water and then a nice soft cloth. So I'm gonna be cleaning my elephant ear alocasia and then also going to be wiping down the alocasia metalhead leaves. So I'm going to spray a little bit, clean them up a bit, just because they are spider mite prone. I have seen a bit of spider mite, so I just weekly, I'm wiping them down just to keep on top of it, especially right now since they're continuing to grow. So I definitely don't want them to get affected because of the bugs. All right, so next we are going to clean this guy. One part I didn't show was that not only do I clean the top of the leaves, but I also clean the undersides. So you just lift up the leaf like this, and then you just spray, and you let the spray or the liquid just drip downward. That way it sits on the leaf, and then I just grab my cloth and then just all right, and then I'm going to spray some of these, the top, just because there is, again, new growth. So I want to make sure that it's healthy and happy and that the bugs don't affect the plant, because, again, Alocasia tend to be pest prone, I feel like. So, and I feel like a lot of you guys also mentioned that on my Instagram, that, you know, there isn't really any Alocasia that's easy care, or that you find that they always get pests. So this is definitely something that I would recommend as a preventative, just to kind of help you keep the plant healthy and avoid bugs. All right, so now we're outside in my backyard because I'm going to repot my fern. I looked at my list of things to do. I have checked off wiping down the Alocasia leaves. I have checked off cleaning out my handheld vacuum. Now we're gonna repot my fern. The reason why I'm doing that is because it is in a broken pot. So I'm just going to transfer it and add a bit of soil around. So I just have this pot that's a bit bigger, so hopefully it will be helpful, but ultimately it's not a broken one, which is what I don't want it to be in. So let's see if I can do this without making too much of a mess. Okay, so that works. I'm just gonna put some soil around because it looks like I have a little bit of space. All right, folks, so we have checked off the last thing on my list of things to do. I hope you were able to also do some plant chores with me. Give it a thumbs up and also leave a comment if you did like this video. I know a lot of YouTubers will say, you know, let me know if you liked it. So I know I like this type of content just so that it reminds me of things that I can be doing. So let me know if you like it too. And I definitely have a lot more to show you. So if you do like this, then I can kind of make it a thing where I show you some plant chores. And yeah, so other than that, I will see you soon.